are you doing today? Is it me, or is everything seem to be going haywire lately? For me, this morning, and actually the last time that I tried to do my live, I've had issues. It's okay, because if I so with said working, can you hear me? If you can't hear me, let me know. But whew, with that said, hear me? There we go. So I am back. We have fixed that. You're not going to stop me from talking today. So I am here. See, there is some reason that I am being stopped from talking, but not today and not on my watch. So if you've been pushing through, like me today, if you've been pushing through, but you keep hearing yourself say, and I hear it so much, I just can't. I've said it myself. I can't. Not today. Not now. Then this space, what we're talking about today and why we're here today is for you. So I want you to hang in there with me. Even if you've been here since the beginning and you've dealt with these issues, because I am going to make sure that we're live. So we're live. If you can't hear me again, let me know. So this week, for me and for all of us, I know has been extremely loud. The world is loud. There is so much going on, so many catastrophes, so much drama. And what I'm noticing in the women that I work with and just the women that I have conversations with is something that actually, even though I said the world is like, it's quieter. And what makes it so dangerous is that quietness that I'm talking about. And it's that emotional exhaustion with no exit. Now we're feeling that sense of that perpetual emotional exhaustion, and we're not even sure how to get out of it. Is there a way out of it? Is there a light at the end of the tunnel? And so you're showing up, you're calm, and you're trying to maintain, but your body is actually weighed down with what your words can't and won't say. And you're afraid that if you say something, if you open that dam, that somehow you may not be able to stop that flow. And so we hold in, we're so contained, so tight. And that's what makes it so dangerous, because it's like something that's been holding under pressure so long. It's like a hot can of soda in the car. And as that pressure and as that heat that builds up, you may explode. And so you have actually mastered holding peace for others. But at the same time, what's happening now is you're hemorrhaging in silence. And if you know anything about hemorrhaging, that's dangerous. You're showing up strong, but you haven't exhaled in weeks. It's like, what's an exhale? How do I catch my breath? And what's even more heartbreaking for me to see is this. The ones trying the hardest to hold the world together, to show up, to say something, it's women. And it's costing us more than anyone sees. And I want to say it's in our DNA. It's how we've been wired. It's how we've been trained to nurture, to support, to hold up. And this isn't just stress that I'm talking about. It's saturation. I can't even say it. It's not tension. It's not nerves. It is saturation. Got it out this time. And if no one tells you to stop, you're going to keep pushing through, because that's just who you are. That's just what you do. That's just what you know. And so ask yourself, where do you know all the right things to say, but you don't feel safe saying them, even to yourself? In fact, you choose to silence yourself, not to say them, because of the words that may pour out once you start that conversation, the insights that you may see once you let that come out. And those words are out in the atmosphere. There's no pulling them back. What are you pushing through but are not actually processing? Tell me. Because it becomes so hard to process, so hard to push through if you started processing and thinking about what it is that you're actually dealing with. And here's one. Where are you showing up while secretly whispering, I can't. I just can't right now. And you know what? At this pace, this way, you're right. You can't. And so that's why it was so important for me to come on here and with you today and to talk to you today. And maybe even open your eyes to what you don't want to see, what you don't want to realize, what you don't want to believe. Girlfriend, you gotta let it go. You know, when I think about what we're carrying and how much we're carrying, not just in our own families, but in the world, in our countries, the things that we're hearing, we're seeing, we're inundated by every day, we see on our news feeds. And the picture that comes to mind is that picture I remember seeing of Atlas. And he's holding the world above his head, carrying the weight of that on his shoulders. And let me tell you, that's not your burden to bear. Let it go. Drop it. So here's what I'm hearing. I want you to know that you're not alone. And so I want you to hear what I'm hearing from so many women lately. They're pretending peace just to keep the room calm. But the whole time that they're doing that, there's this sense of bracing, of just waiting and for that dam to burst. Because they know somewhere along the way, somehow, if they don't hold on to it, it's going to burst wide open. And they're performing peace just to keep that room calm. And they're absorbing fear from every conversation, every news feed and voice, but they're saying absolutely nothing. Because of the backlash that they may have. And so those are the things that they're dealing with. And also, I'm just checking to make sure that I'm still live. The things that they're dealing with. Okay. I want. Here's the other thing. They're overwhelmed, not because they're fragile. These women are not fragile. They're some of the most strong, the strongest women that I know. They're powerhouses. But they're overwhelmed because they care. Because they feel. Because they have empathy. And that care has turned into a quiet collapse in their lives. Because that weight, that burden, that thing that we're holding on to is way, way too much for one woman to carry alone. And so, how do we change this around? What kind of reframes can we do? You don't have to burn out to be useful. That's one thing that I want you to understand. Because everything that happens, everything that you care about doesn't mean that it's for you to take action on. What things can you take action on that you can actually make a serious difference? And it doesn't have to be anything large. It can be just taking care of one person. It can be talking to your neighbor, one person. When you know that it's something that she's dealing with, and you just want to say, I hear you. You don't have to burn out to be useful. And let me tell you, your numbness, that feeling of disconnection that you think you're dealing with right now, or that you feel that you're dealing with right now, it's not a failure. It's a signal. It's a signal that what you're dealing with is over stimulating your system, your nervous system right now. And then leadership isn't what you carry. Leadership isn't what you hold on to, but it's what you allow yourself to put down, is what you allow yourself to delegate or share with others. That's true leadership, not you taking on everything and thinking that you're the one that has to fix everything. Look, emotional data is just that. It's your ability to formulate what's going on around you, and it's not a weakness. But I want you to understand one thing. As you gather that data, as you look at that stuff, ask yourself, what in here is true? Which of these emotions are true? And which are just a barrage of feelings? And it's the ones that you know are true, that are rooted in fact. Those are the ones that then you decide where I can be useful, where I can be helpful. You don't need permission to step back. What you need is space. Space to be yourself. Space to determine what's yours and what's not yours. Space to determine what is actually in alignment with who you are, what you want to give, and how you want to show up in life, what you believe and what your values are. And if it doesn't align with that? Why are you holding on to it? Why are you struggling with that? So I want to ask you, what's one emotion that you've silenced this month because it felt like too much? I can't. I can't right now. What's that one emotion? And what would stepping away, even for a day, feel like in your body? What would taking the time and just not watch TV for a day? Turn off your phone for a day. Or turn off the notifications. Or not go on social media if you know that you need to stay in contact with your family. And just telling them, if there's something that you need from me right now, call me. I'm not doing my texts. I'm not on social media. And please only call me if it's an emergency. I need this time. And then also tell them there's nothing that I want to hear about what's going on in the world right now, unless it directly affects us right now. Just for the day, give me that. And then, where are you exhausted from being the voice of reason? Always there when everyone needs you. When someone wants to run something by you, because you always seem to have the right answer. But where are you exhausted from being that voice of reason? When you're barely holding on yourself. When getting up in the morning is a chore. When keep pushing through the normal tasks that you have to do is just exhausting you, is zapping your strength. This is what I'm seeing so much of. And like I said, like Atlas or unlike Atlas, you are never meant to carry the burden and the weight of the world. And you don't have to vanish off the face of this earth to reset. You can tell the truth. You can say, not today, and mean it and hold on to it. And that doesn't make you weak, uncaring, numb. What it does make you is real. That's what it makes you. Listen, I want you to DM me, reset. If you're ready to let go of the emotional weight that's been breaking you down quietly lately, or even loudly, I want 5 days with you. Not fixing. No pressure. Just space to allow you to sit in your truth and to remember your strength. I am honored to sit down here with you today and have this break time to be with you and just share with you. and let you know that you're not alone and you're not the only one. And we're here for each other. But until next time, I can't wait to see you, to communicate with you, to chat with you on the next Break Time Live, the Unlearning Break Time Live. I'm Mischelle O'Neill. Until next time, take care.